Oh, she's rolling? Hey guys, it's Zach Garvey with the Zach Garvey Team of Keller Williams Realty. Thanks for joining us today. I want to take the time to talk about motivation and mindset. It is something that you may hear about often, about how do you stay motivated, how do you stay committed, how do you stay energized. And there's different tools or techniques that people use, and I ultimately think that anyone can learn a skill, anyone can develop a skill. They can be taught. You can watch someone, you can practice, and you can develop. And that ultimately, I think, is 10% of the equation. And the other 90% is your mindset. It's how you think, how you show up. And life's. Let's be real. Life is challenging. Things show up. You might have an illness. You might have a hardship that takes place. You may have some adversity in your life. In all honesty, may feel like it's taking complete control over you. After all, we are humans, and that is common. That does take place with many of us that can drift our focus, drift our motivation, drift our desires. I want to take a moment and share to you today some tools that we do with our team and some exercises that have been helpful. Recently, we watched a video. There's a breakdown of really identifying what you're willing to do and what your wants are. And there's a true fundamental difference of willingness and want. I could want to be a bodybuilder, for instance, and am I willing to do the activities that are necessary in order to achieve that? I think ultimately we are at a crossroads in our mind of, what's really important to us? Ultimately, what are we willing to do in order to achieve that? That is an extremely personal question. Exercise that we did recently, we're in mid-year, year 2025, and we did a mid-year review, and we asked ourselves this question: what is one thing that you are committed to creating in your life over the next 6 months? And additionally, we spent time on answering that question for ourselves, and then we asked ourselves, let's give 10 reasons why this is a non-negotiable commitment for you. I had to be thoughtful about that. What am I committed that I'm willing to do between now and the end of the year that's really important to me? And I think that if you were thoughtful about what you chose, you can come up with 5 to 10, maybe even 15 reasons why you're committed to doing this. Yet if you chose something that didn't ultimately resonate with you and burning in your soul of why you want to achieve that, I don't know if you're going to be able to come up with even 1 or 2 reasons why you should do that. And I want to take the moment with you to take the time to discern that. What are you willing to do that you're committed within the next 6 months that can help create the best life that you can have? We're going to actually share this tool. We have the formatted questions that we use. I trust that I can help you bring clarity. There's a lot of podcasts, a lot of books available out there surrounding goal setting and mindset. It's important. I feel like that without having a strong mindset and being clear on purpose and goals, we can just start floundering away, and then it's status quo. You're up to at cause of the world and circumstance. And that can be a scary place to be at. I know I've been there, and it's a space where we can become centered back in and be like, hey, what's really important to us? So it's a tool and it's exercise that we've been digging into with ZGT, and it was really great. We had some really great ahas. Everybody went around and shared what was important to them and what resonates and what their commitments look like. And it's all individual, right? My thing may absolutely not be your thing. It might be on the other side of the spectrum too. There's typically a handful of areas that people focus on. It's family, relationship, it's job, it's spiritual, it's fitness, and it's money. Those are the areas that typically show up in one's life most often. And those are ultimately the most important, right? Those areas that I shared about, I trust that one of those is going to stick out to you, and that you can also ask is, what is the one thing around health that you're committed to doing in the next 6 months? What's the one thing around relationships that you're committed to doing in the next 6 months? Maybe it's even with your job, or if it's a financial goal. Maybe it's a travel goal. So I invite you to consider these options for yourself. It's extremely important. Again, I feel like that it's 90% mindset and 10% skill set, because we can always learn. As you learn, you can also fail your way forward as well. I think that's an important element. I hope this brought value to you and maybe some pondering, some questioning about yourself and what your goals are within the next 6 months. We're in July of 2025. We have a short few more months to wrap up 2025, so make it count. You can always DM us, message us. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, email us at info@zachgarveyteam.com. You can call us at 678-696-7057 for all of your real estate needs, or even questions that you might have about the industry. Where are things heading right now? Market's changing, it's shifting, and there's a lot of value that we can add to you today to help you make a really great decision. Again, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.